Welcome back to Talk of the Town on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And we welcome you back to Talk of the Town for this Thursday, January 28th. I'm Gary Stevens. Fourth Thursday of the month. We spend time finding out what's going on at the Fillmore Street complex. That is where Ottawa County government, for the most part, is held. Yes, the courthouse is still in the county seat in Grand Haven, but the actual business of the county is done in West Olive, near the junction of 120th Avenue and Fillmore Street. For those who are new to the county, it was a few years ago that the county moved its operations, for the most part, to that centralized location so that those, especially in Jamestown and Hudsonville and Jenison, or GT, the place to be, don't feel as if they are having to go a 5-day hike to get to the county seat. But let's find out what's going on in Ottawa County with a couple of Ottawa County commissioners. Phil Kuyers is from the north side. Roger Bergman from the county seat is actually the board chairman. They join us via the Zoom connection. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to WHTC to both of you.
Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Philip was the second voice. Roger was the first, and you can join in our conversation at 395-1450, 395-1450. Gentlemen, I want to begin our discussion with a statement made by the executive director of the Michigan Association of Counties, Stephen Curry, mentioned after the governor's State of the State address last night, quote, "We appreciate Governor Whitmer's call to improve our local roads and infrastructure. While this is not a new topic at the state capitol or at the local diner, it is a critical one. And MAC supports making it a priority. MAC has been at the table for previous efforts to resolve Michigan's longstanding infrastructure funding challenges, but we concluded our members cannot support a local gas tax option as a solution, as implementation for it would be nearly impossible. However, we are open to other suggestions, such as a local option registration fee, and stand ready to partner with the governor and the legislature to get a deal done." I will, end quote. I will throw that topic up for either you, Roger, or you, Philip, to talk a little bit about it, with the backdrop that for a number of years, Ottawa County has levied a tax to deal specifically with road issues. So to a certain extent, the governor's remarks might be striking a good chord with you.
Phil, you want to get that one? Phil is on the MAC board, and so he probably knows more about this conversation than I do. So I'll let him take it up.
Okay, yeah, I will be president of the MAC board this year for the Michigan Association of Counties, but I have not talked to Steve yet after the address by the governor. MAC's position is that we don't want to have higher taxes for sure. We're going to probably have to use their fees somehow in order to figure out how to get the more efficient cars, the electrical cars. There's going to have to be some solution that goes that way. So, and we work with our legislators here in Ottawa County to get our point across from the citizens of Ottawa. So that's where we'll be at.
Question, both of you. Can the Ottawa County model be used statewide?
I think it certainly could, but I don't know if it would be, because I think citizens of Ottawa County have traditionally seen the importance of particular items. For instance, not just the roads, but a few years ago, also we put in a small tax for community mental health as well. And so our citizens are very cognizant of those particular needs. The other one is, of course, the parks. And we have some of the finest parks in the state of Michigan, if not in many of the states.
Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. I may be barking up the wrong tree, and correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Ottawa County had a roads tax. Am I wrong on that, or am I right?
We do have.
Okay, I thought I was right, Roger.
Yes, a
but
millage.
now I'm starting to think. Wait a minute.
No, we do have a millage. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Millage. But the question, I started thinking, okay, wait a minute. Am I talking
No,
to
no, we didn't.
Ottawa or Allegan County, you know, and sometimes I
No.
get a little confused with
Sure.
that, but I get confused very easily. So that's, but anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and start our conversation that way because of the timing aspect. Obviously, gentlemen, we're in a COVID-19 situation. And when we chatted a couple of hours ago with Congressman Bill Huizenga about the COVID-19 situation, he really praised the efforts the county has been doing to get the vaccine out. Obviously, it's a Department of Health, Department of Public Health matter. But as commissioners, you oversee that as well. Your thoughts about how this vaccine's been rolling out in Ottawa County?
Well, I think, our director, Lisa Stefanowski, has done an excellent job in preparation for the rollout of this vaccine. The challenge has been, of course, is that they ask for thousands of the dosages each week, and they get less than 1,000. So fortunately, we're hearing that the possibility is that number is going to increase, and we're certainly hopeful of that. The health department is prepared for many, many more vaccines to be given out per week. So we're ready. If they come, we're ready to give them out. The challenge that we have is that right now there are some senior citizens that are at times unable to get appointments. People that really need to have the appointments, that are in more frail conditions, I would say, and so that's been a challenge. I've gotten a few phone calls from individuals that have had difficulties, and so we talked about that at our board meeting the other day, and we talked about, you know, what can we do to help these folks, and they don't necessarily have a computer, they're not computer literate, and they might not have somebody to help them. So 211 is an option for them. And I believe there's also and I don't remember, Phil, do you remember what that phone number?
The health department number, I do not, Roger, no. Yeah, I know
I
Lisa,
don't-
but
I know that-
211 will get them where they want to go.
Yes.
395-1450 is our number. If you have a question for Ottawa County Commissioners Roger Bergman and Phil Kuyers, they'll be happy to answer it for you. Next time you will meet, you and being the board, you will probably continue the state of emergency within Ottawa County. It sounds dire, but Roger or Phil, it's more of a procedural thing than anything else, isn't it?
It is. We passed it again yesterday, so we're another 60 days, we'll be in the state of emergency. This does not affect any small businesses, restaurants, or schools or anything like that. It's totally inside the county itself. It helps. I know grants come fast, and we got great grant writing people in the county. They need that quick response, and I think we passed almost 27 already since we started. So it's a really good group we have. We have the sheriff, we have the administrator, we have the corporate counsel, we have Lisa from health, and Marcy from human resources. So this is a great group that can see what the county needs, and it gives them the flexibility to do it instead of every time he wants to make one of them quick calls, it has to go through the commissioners. So every 2 weeks we approve them. We haven't turned none of them down yet. He's been doing a really good job. So we appreciate the job the administrator's been doing.
Flexibility and agility is really important right now. And, you know, be it Al Vandenberg in Ottawa County, Rob Sorrow down in Allegan County, the two county administrators have shown that agility, and the emergency managers as well, to deal with this situation. And, you know, I know I'm not stroking their backs. I'm being honest. This is something that we've been very pleased to be able to mention. And maybe sometimes in all the angst that we have right now, sometimes we need to sort of stop and say, hey, wait a minute, people are doing their jobs in this type of situation.
I think people a lot of times will have a false understanding what that emergency declaration means for the county. And so it's important for us to make sure that people understand it's only in the internal.
Now, quick question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Phil Kuyers, Roger Bergman. Well, before you correct me if I'm wrong, I do want to take a call. Good morning. You're on the line with Commissioners Phil Kuyers and Roger Bergman.
They were saying that we have property tax. You heard me?
Yes, I can hear you. They were saying they were having property tax.
Now, okay, a property tax or a millage. Now, what's the difference between property tax? Road tax and a millage.
Clarify the millage/tax question. I think that's the gist of the question, right? Right. All right. I'll listen off the air. Thank you very much for the call. Is there a clarification on that?
Sure, they're one and the same. A millage is a tax. It's a percentage. A mill is one. I don't remember. It's like 1% of 1,000 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the numbers are, but a millage is used to determine how much to tax on the property value per $1,000, for instance, of property value. And then of course that's halved because the state does the equalization, which means it's only half of that.
But our road millage that we have a millage in Ottawa County was voted on by the people. That's something people should know. The majority of the people voted on the millage, which a lot of counties don't have. So that's what Roger was talking about before. Kudos to our people for doing that in Ottawa County.
And that gets renewed on a 5 or 10 year basis, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so what off the top of your head, and maybe I'm throwing a curveball question. When does that go back up? When does that have to be renewed? What year? Do you know off the top of your head, either one of you? I don't.
I don't.
I don't. Nope.
Okay. We'll do some. We'll go and have the research department do some work, and hopefully we'll answer it before we're done. 395-1450, 395-1450. Now to the question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Ottawa County Board come up with a resolution dealing with opening up restaurants or opening up businesses? I know some other panels have done that. Did the Ottawa County Board do that, or is it just simply we might like it, but we're not going? We might like it to have open earlier, but we're not making it an official resolution.
We did not make an official resolution. I sent a letter to the governor asking her to consider opening sooner, but understanding, I forget how, I've got it right in front of me. And I ended the letter by saying, as we said before, we offer this letter not as a criticism or complaint, but rather in the spirit of our partnership with you. So we're asking her to consider opening sooner. But of course, sooner is, she's going to open at 25% next week, right?
That's the as of right now, that's what's going to be, of course.
So basically what the letter was saying is that please consider the fact that we've got a lot of people that are suffering, not just the restaurant owners, but the waitresses, the cooks, all of those people that are without a job and waiting to get back.
395-1450. If you have a question for Ottawa County Commissioners Roger Bergman, who is the chairman of the board, BOARD, folks, and Phil Kuyers of the Holland's North Side. Let's share some bouquets instead of brickbats, but bouquets to 3 Ottawa County employees among 144 nominated for the Empowered Business Magazine Influential Awards. Tell us about that.
Yes, that was, let's see, Juanita, and I'm trying to think of how to pronounce her last name. Help me out there, Phil.
Juanita Bocanegra,
Bocanegra.
The new district court judge.
Yes. And then Robin Afric is our DEI director. And then also Renee, is it Renee, Phil?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm just looking right here.
And what's her last name again?
Masco.
Okay, thank you. Yes. And Robin did so well that she's in the top 10 or 15 or 20 or something like that.
Yes, she is. Yep.
Yeah. So yes, I think that's quite an accomplishment for our county to have 3 individuals who were chosen out of a group of, I don't remember how many, were in that group, but it's pretty impressive that we've got 3 in our county.
And I'll follow up with the fact that it ties in with the effort the county has had with diversity in terms of the initiative the county has had with diversity, and some of the leaders in that are being recognized.
Yes, it is. Yep. And recently, in a new commissioner class that Michigan Association of Counties put on, myself and Robin were featured as some of the instructors for that for 6 different meetings that we had throughout the state of Michigan. So that was quite an accomplishment as well.
Let's get to the phones. 395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with County Commissioners Roger Bergman and Phil Kuyers.
Yeah, I got 2 questions. Number 1, you think the Senate Democrats or Republicans are going to pass that $1,400 stimulus bill? And that lady on 32nd at Bistro, they pulled her license, but she's still serving people. Is that right or wrong? I hang up and listen. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the call. Asking things that might not be within your sphere of influence, gentlemen, but sometimes you got to answer to those questions that doesn't pertain to county government.
No, they don't pertain to county government. And I can't give you an answer on that.
Right.
I think it's only heaven knows sometimes it's what the legislators are going to do. So yeah, that might be the best answer.
And the restaurant situation, that's between the state and the, yes, the county health department might be involved, but it's still a state matter.
Yes.
Let's get to another call. Hopefully it is for them. Good morning. You're on the line with the commissioners Kuyers and Bergman.
Yes, on 32nd Street between Old Orchard and 64th Street.
Yeah.
Which is the dividing line between Allegan County and Ottawa County.
Mm-hmm.
Old Orchard is the city limit. There's a space there that no one seems to plow. We got Allegan County, we got Ottawa County, and then the Holland City. It's right by the church there, and they don't seem to plow it, and it's a pretty bad, and it's one of the areas that's a main thing.
Okay, quick question. Is it south of 32nd or north of 32nd?
It's on 32nd.
Well, I mean, it's got, okay. I'm saying there's one, if it's on the north side of 32nd Street, it's Ottawa County. If it's on the south side of 32nd Street, it's Allegan County.
Right, and nobody plows it.
But the question is, which side? I mean, is it something we need to talk to Mr. Kuyers and Bergman about, or is it something we need to get Jim Story and Dean Kappiga on in Allegan County?
Because it's both sides. Neither one.
In other words, this property is,
Allegan.
There's some on north and some on south then, sir?
Correct.
Ah.
It's like the 3 agencies, the city and both counties don't care about that little stretch. But us that live on the south side of Holland, that's our major intersection to go back through,
So Gary, what he's talking about there is a section of road that none of those municipalities are claiming that they need to take care of. And so I would suggest that he call either the city of Holland or otherwise, maybe Park Township, because that would be Park Township, correct?
No.
Part of that is Park Township.
That is Park Township, but also
Fillmore?
No, Lake Town.
Laketon.
Okay.
Laketon, yeah.
Okay.
Laketon.
All right.
We can count on, I can call our road commission and I'll talk to Brett about it. He's very acceptable to that. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, mentioning it because Holland City Hall listens. And I think, our friends in Allegan County might be listening as well. So I have a funny feeling by mentioning it, it's the old squeaky wheel. It could get some grease.
That's
Exactly.
exactly what I thought. Well, I mentioned it to him because it is Ottawa County, but it's not actually city because they only go up to Old Orchard.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep. Appreciate the call. Thank you, sir. 395-1450. Gentlemen, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to button up our segment right here because we do have to take a break and we're almost to the top of the hour. A lot of things going on in Ottawa County. I will put a link to the county's website, which is myottawa.org. When I put the podcast of our conversation on our webpage at WHTC.com, not only can our listeners get more information about what's going on in the county, there's contacts as well for County Board Chairman Roger Bergman, County Commissioner Phil Kuyers. You can email the messages if you have a question specifically and that they might be able to help you with. Roger, Phil, thank you very much for joining us today on WHTC's Talk of the Town. Wish both of you well. I forgot to mention this because it's our first chat of the new year. Happy New Year to both of you, and wish
Thanks, Gary.
wish both of you well. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Thank you very much, Phil Kuyers and Roger Bergman from Ottawa County on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.